get you some. Oh yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow.
G'day lovelies, welcome back. Alrighty, so last week we did Peter's 3-ingredient fruit cake and I used the sunbeam mixed fruit for it. When I finished the cake, I realised that there was a recipe on the back of the sunbeam mixed fruit bag. So today we're going to make this pumpkin fruit cake. I will write the recipe down below the video in the description as always. So I bought a small half butternut pumpkin from Coles. Now we probably only need half of that, but I'm going to cook it all up anyway because it won't go to waste. So what I forgot to say is that if it's a nice cool day and you want to roast it, I would just dig all the seeds out and roast it exactly like that in its skin. Once it's roasted, it'll have that beautiful taste and it'll be all mushy. So you can just scrape out the insides with a spoon and fill up your 1 cup. So I'm getting started on this cake during the day and it's pretty warm here at the moment, so I'm going to cook mine in water. So I took all the seeds out, cut all the skin off, chopped it up roughly the same thickness into a pot of water. Now I'm going to put it on the stovetop, bring it up to a simmer it away until it's nice and soft and a fork goes through easy. Then we want to drain it really well. Then we want to put it in a bowl and we want to mash it on its own with nothing else. Then we measure out 1 cup and put it in a bowl and set it aside till we need it. Now for the next section, we're going to need dried mixed fruit, brown sugar, golden syrup, butter and apricot nectar. Now because we only need 1 cup of apricot nectar, I managed to grab a can from Coles and today we're going to be testing out the Coles mixed dried fruit. Alright, you'll have to excuse my saucepan, she's an oldie but a goodie. First thing we want to do is chop 125 grams of butter into a saucepan. We then want to add half a kilo, which is 500 grams of mixed dried fruit, 1 cup of apricot nectar. Yum-o. 1.5 cups of brown sugar, and we don't want to pack it firmly into our measurements, we just want to pack it in loosely, and 1 tablespoon of golden syrup. Now before we put it on the stovetop, we want to get out some bicarb soda and a teaspoon measurement ready to go, and we want to get a timer ready to go. Alright, I'm just going to mix that through a little bit first. Now what we want to do is we want to put it on the stovetop on a low heat. We want to constantly stir it until everything is melted down together. Once it's all melted, we want to turn it up to a simmer and we want to simmer it for 10 minutes. So as soon as it starts to simmer, that's when we put our timers on and we want to give it a good stir every minute for that 10 minutes. We've had that simmering away for 10 minutes, giving it a good stir every minute. Oh, it smells really good. Now we want to add 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda and we want to mix that through really well. Righty, once we've mixed that in really well, we now want to sit it aside and let it cool down completely. So we want to line the base and sides of a 20 centimetre round springform tin, and then we can set that aside till we need it. Now I'm going to make a cuppa and go sit down for a little while our fruit is cooling down. I'm going to give it a little bit of a mix every 5 minutes or so. Alright, so after about 20 minutes or so, I put it into a bowl and I scraped all the goodness out. And I've left it for about another half an hour. It is now cooled down to a lukewarm temperature. Now that our fruit has cooled down, we want to preheat our ovens at 160 degrees Celsius, and I have a plain electric oven. We now want to get 2 eggs out, chuck them in a bowl and whisk them up with a fork. We now want to add our pumpkin. Oh mate, this is going to be amazing! and our 2 whisked eggs. And now we want to mix it through really well until smooth. Now we want to sift in 1 cup of plain flour and 1 cup of self-raising flour. Now we want to mix them through really well. And you can either pour it in or spoon it in. Alright, once I've spooned it all in, I'm just going to push it all down, flatten it out. Now, once we've done that, you can either leave it exactly like that or you can decorate it. So I'm going to use walnut halves because walnuts and pecans go awesome with pumpkin. Alrighty, now that's done. The oven is up to temperature. We now want to bang it in there for an hour and a half or until the skewer comes out clean. Alright, it's been exactly an hour and a half and it smells absolutely amazing in here. I could literally start smelling it at about the 40-minute mark. Oh my God, that smells good. Oh, so I've already done it, but I'll do it for you guys anyway. So in it goes, out it comes, nice and clean. Alright, so now we want to leave it sit there exactly like that for half an hour to start cooling down. Okay, it's been half an hour, so we'll take the outside off. Oh, look at that. Now I'm going to remove the base this time. Oh, that's so hot still. Now I'm going to slide it onto a plate, and then once it's completely cold, I will take the paper off. Now, we can absolutely leave it just like that, or we can put an apricot glaze on it. Now, because it's got the apricot nectar in it, I am definitely going to put an apricot glaze on it. So like I said last week, I love using the Community Co apricot jam because there's no lumps in it. But if you're using an apricot jam with lumps, we need 2 tablespoons. Just grab it out around the lumps. Alright, now I've got it in a small bowl. I'm going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Now you can either get a little saucepan out and you can heat it up that way, or you can put it into one of your metal measuring cups and then sit that measuring cup in some boiling water from the kettle and keep stirring it, and you can heat it up that way as well. And then with a pastry brush, we just brush it all over the nuts, all over the top. I'm going to do the sides as well. That looks absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to try it. So now I'm going to have to leave it sit there for a good hour or so. Well, there you have it, lovelies. Sunbeam's pumpkin fruit cake. OMG. It was absolutely Moorish. It was sweet, but not in a sugary way, more in a natural way, if that makes sense, which I absolutely loved. I couldn't taste the pumpkin at first, but as I kept eating it, you could slowly get little hints of it. Oh, and it was just so soft. You have got to give this one a crack. Your family will love it. If you do give it a go, please leave your honest feedback down below in the comments. Well, that's the fruit cakes done for this year. We've had 2 absolutely pearlers in the last 2 weeks. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have yourselves a lovely week, and I will see you all next Monday. Toodles.